Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope that this video finds you well. FBI Director Kash Patel just fulfilled a massive promise. Now, let's go back a little bit. As you all know, I've been a little bit disappointed with Kash Patel. I've been a little bit disappointed about the Epstein files, and there was another thing that I was disappointed with is his promise between 2022 and 2024 was that if he ever becomes FBI director, he said on day one, I will shut down the Hoover building and turn it into a museum of the deep state. Well, he's finally doing it. He didn't do it on day one like he said he would, but he's doing it. So what's he doing? He's shutting down the FBI Hoover building in Washington, D.C. He's taking all those thousands of agents and he's sending them to all 50 states to fight crime. So instead of them being in DC all the time, doing nothing and becoming swamp creatures, they are now going to go and be cops. Do me a huge favor. Smash that thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment. Where are you tuning in from? And remember, this is one of the biggest blows to the deep state ever since the FBI has been created. Let's watch this clip.
Is 38,000 when we're fully manned, which we're not. Look, the FBI is 38,000 when we're fully manned, which we're not. In the National Capital Region, in the 50-mile radius around Washington, D.C., there were 11,000 FBI employees. That's like a third of the workforce. A third of the crime doesn't happen here. So we're taking 1,500 of those folks and moving them out. Every state's getting a plus up. And I think when we do things like that, we inspire folks in America to become intel analysts and agents and say, we want to go work at the FBI because we want to go fight violent crime and we want to get sent out into the country to do it. And that's what we're doing in the next 3, 6, 9 months. We're going to do that hard. And, you know, I didn't know that I was going to do this, but I'm going to announce it on your show anyway. This FBI is leaving the Hoover building because this building is unsafe for our workforce. And we want the workforce.
You just gave up a big nugget.
We want the American men and women to know, if you're going to come work at the premier law enforcement agency in the world, we're going to give you a building that's commensurate with that. And that's not this place. Look, the FBI.
Boom! Hoover building shut down. Here's why this is massive, ladies and gentlemen. Who raided Mar-a-Lago? The FBI. Who ignored threats of January 6th? The FBI, with the Democrats, of course. Who knew that there were several wannabe Trump assassins and did nothing? The FBI. Who raided the homes of conservatives after Joe Biden won? It was the FBI. Who arrested grandmothers and grandfathers for being pro-life and praying outside of abortion clinics? The FBI. And every single time, it was the DC ones. It was always the ones out of DC. DC, it's the swamp, right? And it will take the most honest of men and women, the most patriotic FBI and DOJ agents, and churn them into, weird purple-haired, long tentacle-looking swamp creatures. And Mr. Kash Patel is saying no more. The FBI are nothing more than cops. The only difference between a local police officer and the FBI is the local police officer works for the city and is bound by, city limits or state limits. The FBI works for the federal government and they can work anywhere within all 50 states. That's it. They're not special. Well, they're all special, police officers, FBI agents, but I'm saying they're not more special than police officers. They are just police officers that can, take on bigger cases that have to do between state lines. But the swamp makes them think that they are better, that they are stronger. No, we love you and we appreciate you, but we want you to be cops. We want you to get terrorists and rapists and murderers and Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang members and MS-13s. We want you to go after the cartel, the drug dealers, not pro-life moms. Kash Patel, you redeemed yourself, and I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe. God bless you. I'm out.